You might not have seen it coming. It's a spring break edition of Trust Tuesdays with Better Business Bureau. I'm Dave Morris, alongside Kit Letcher, President and CEO of the Better Business Bureau of Central Oklahoma. Great to see you.
Good morning. Good to see you.
Happy spring break.
Thanks.
How was your St. Patrick's Day?
It was good. Not rowdy.
Yeah, mine either.
So that was good.
Which is okay. You know, at this point, that's okay. But spring break and the family enjoying spring break.
Yeah, family's out. You know, living it up, trying some new things this week. So
very nice.
Yeah.
I think one of the movies in the theater right now is How to Train Your Dragon, which is a rough segue into this month's segment topic on Better Business Bureau's Trust Tuesday is how to scale your business. And Kit, we've seen this a lot in Oklahoma City. It's known as an entrepreneurial market. You see a lot of small businesses, they get one success and suddenly there's 6 stores and you're like,
right, they've just exploded.
I don't know if this is gonna make it or not. So today we're gonna talk about how to scale your business, and perhaps we'll bring back the world famous Dave's Cafe as an example throughout today's segment. I don't know.
We're gonna have to write Dave's Cafe a whole business plan and put scaling in there, all of it.
And initially, Dave of such cafe should set some goals, right?
Right, absolutely. Are you going to have one location? Do you need multiple locations? Are you going to run it by yourself? Do you actually need help?
Seems
Can
like that'd
you
be
do
hard.
it all?
Seems like that'd be hard to scale if it's just a one-person operation.
It's probably going to be difficult, yeah. And so there's a lot of different components that go into scaling your business, thinking about just your basic operations. And so much of it has to do with how you want to serve your customers. Is it a quick transaction? Are you offering a little bit more time, a little bit more service? Will that take multiple people? Do you need a whole team of people to do that with you? And really, what's your area of expertise? Are you amazing at brewing coffee and nothing else? Or are you just
my one thing
are
in
you
life.
the
I can brew
idea
coffee.
person?
Right.
And so you need to hire people that can help you with your branding and with your marketing and with your operations. So what really goes into your business, and how many people do you need to grow that to the level at which you're comfortable?
You know, this is fantastic advice, and we'll get fantastic advice throughout this segment from Kit. But you mentioned, hey, do you want one location, multiple locations? Also, revenue, I guess, has to be a goal. Is that one of the reasons you're in business? Perhaps it's the rich aroma of coffee, the Java beans, but perhaps it's to make money.
It could. Let's hope you're making a little bit of money. Yes. You're doing some good with those dollars, providing a little bit of social impact, giving back. But at the end of the day, you know, you're creating a job for yourself. You're creating jobs for your employees. How much are you going to pay them? So as you're scaling that business and you're thinking about your revenue, you know, running a $500,000 business versus a multi-million-dollar business is going to look very different. Right. And all the different components that go into that really need careful consideration. And actually, I'll use BBB as an example because we have firsthand experience with that. When I started at BBB in 2013, we had 3 employees. We have 18 now.
Wow.
And that's significantly different.
Congratulations.
Than where
well
we
done,
started.
Kit.
Thank you.
You should get some more office furniture.
I need office furniture in another location.
These are goals.
That's right. But it's exciting to have that kind of growth. But we also stumbled along the way and did things that, looking back, I wish we had done differently. And so as we're continuing to grow, which is also great, we are doing that with a little bit more mindful process.
Isn't that part of the success and failure, though, is to kind of fail forward and try new things
I would
instead
hope
of,
so, yeah.
I just got Dave's Cafe, he's been there for 10 years, that place is kind of dumpy at this point. No, continue to innovate and grow and, I don't know, throw some new ideas out there.
Absolutely, and trying new programs, trying new services to our accredited businesses, doing regular things for consumers. You know, how many people we have available on the phone, how much talk time they really have, making sure that we are not putting them in a position where they have to cut somebody off and say, you know what, I've hit my 10 minutes of talk time, I can't discuss this any further. I haven't helped you with your problem, but I have to get off the phone now. That's the opposite of what we want them to do. So we have to be really thoughtful about what goes into that. It's like Dave's Cafe. Is your barista behind the bar able to talk to people while they're taking their order? Are they going to, you know, really go into the process of how you came up with this coffee and the different flavors and all the things that go with it? Are you hiring the right person for that? So as your revenue grows and the level of service that you're providing grows, are you hiring the right people? Are you offering them the right benefits? The money that goes into that is also something that really has to be thought through.
You're exactly right. Sean Rose and Kit Letcher shared some information prior to this interview. And one of the stats I see here is that on average, a U.S. employer will spend $4,000 to train an employee. So if you have a lot of churn, there's cost that goes into that as well.
Absolutely. And it's not just expensive like financially, it's expensive effort-wise and what it takes for you as an employer to put into that next person. And when your team and your staff get to know somebody and then they're no longer there, it does have a drain on them. So making sure that you're keeping morale high, you're keeping consistency high with having the same people, that they're all being trained the same way, and so you're providing a good level of service there, that's really important.
So at the BBB shop, which started as three
strong,
now it's 18. As that grows, the work grows, and you have to delegate, which becomes important.
Right. And so, for us, I've been really lucky that the people that we've hired are really good caliber people. So I have people like Sean, who now does a lot of the things that I did whenever I started.
Sean's like, yeah, dude.
So I don't typically write our press releases or talking points or put out the content on our website. I did when I started, but Sean does that. And so I am so excited to be able to delegate that to somebody that I trust, who has a degree in the area and who has expertise, that I know that he can take it to the next level.
But that was smart on you from a manager saying, hey, I need this skill set. We're going to be stronger if we have this person doing this. Handling that area, you focus on other areas.
Right, because my goal and role in our BBB is more ideas and strategy. And so I want to look at how we grow, and that's where I am a much better producer. So I'm not focused on the tiny details that are really important, because that really creates our success, but somebody else can do that who has that area of expertise and can really contribute in that way that helps move us forward. So we're staying on point with our purpose and our goals, and we're making sure that as we're moving things forward, people are really seeing the gaps, the things that we missed whenever we first thought of this idea. If we're going to grow our call center and how we work with businesses, then adding 4 more people to our team takes additional benefits. It takes, additional payroll. What does that do with our finance person? What does that do with our marketing campaigns? And we have more leads coming in, which is all a great problem to have, but how do we distribute all of those services and do it effectively?
Yeah, because those benefits add up for sure. So let's say a person's making $60,000, it probably costs your company, what, $100,000 or something? There's an additional part of the
when
benefits.
you look at insurance and time off, if they have a large family that they're bringing onto our plan, we have a really fantastic benefits program, and so we actually include their family in the insurance that we cover. So for us, that's a huge expense, but it also makes sure that we retain really great employees and that they know that they're valued in our workplace.
Okay, moving forward, or as the company moves forward, they have to go into different spaces, and in this case, creating that digital brand, and that's key in many different ways, from as simple as the analytics, and by the way, you can go to that bbb.org/Oklahoma City and dive into all sorts of analytics and or do your research of local companies or contribute in the conversation there. But creating that digital brand is huge.
Right, because we've grown from having a basic website that was just for our BBB of Central Oklahoma. Now it's incorporated into our national organization, and so that's really changed the dynamics of how we do business, but also adding in that blog and adding in video testimonials and adding in the lunch and learns that we do and pulling out sound bites from the different presenters that we have. So we're giving really good content back to our businesses and back to the business community. That was a huge shift for us, and we needed somebody who could actually focus in that area. So our marketing department's growing, which is great. But it goes back to hiring the right people, being able to retain the staff that make an impact in our business so that they're staying on point with that messaging, and they are changing with the times, because we all know that branding, social media, all of those things continue to change on a daily basis. And so really staying on top of it, but making sure that we are making an impact in the right areas.
And finally, the last point of how to scale your business, be persistent.
Yeah, because day one is probably the easiest success that you will ever see. Opening your doors, greeting that first company that comes through BBB, that's easy. We can do that all day long. But when we get, 5, 10, for us over 80 years into this, it gets a little bit more difficult. So providing the same level of service 83 years in versus the first year, we have to stay consistent. And that takes a lot of persistence with our staff and with our board of directors and the business community that we involve in our business.
That's good stuff. She's Kit Letcher, the president and CEO of the Better Business Bureau of Central Oklahoma. Always a good conversation on your Trust Tuesdays. Sometimes it's goofy, but it was on point the entire time this month.
Except the How to Train Your Dragon bit. I don't know.
Yeah,
about
you know,
that.
it's a little bit of a segue.
Although it was a good movie.
I tried.
We really enjoyed it.
All right. More information can be found on their website at bbb.org/Oklahoma City. Kit, always good to see you. Thank you.
Thanks, Dave.